Welcoming Deepika Padukone, who's all set to win a national award for her upcoming movie.
आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर. Like I said, आपके मुंह में डार्क चॉकलेट केक, आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर, आपके मुंह में गुलाब जामुन, आपके मुंह में गाजर का हलवा.
Full New Year's, I'm going to just
enjoy all of this. When Laxmi walked onto set for the first time and she looked at me and she said, I feel like I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I think for me that would be the most memorable moment. There is a side of him that most people don't know, and there is a side of me that most people don't know. There is a very mature, poised, maybe not poised, but there's definitely a very quiet and mature and intelligent side to him that a lot of people don't get to see very often. Hi, this is Deepika Padukone and you're watching me on Bombay Times Online.
Welcoming Deepika Padukone, who's all set to win a national award for her upcoming movie.
आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर.
Because I'm for sure, I saw the trailer and I told you when we met recently that this movie has some kind of impact which is actually catching the right notes. So you are ready for 2020 being a year for you with winning a lot of awards for sure.
Like I said, आपके मुंह में डार्क चॉकलेट केक, आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर, आपके मुंह में गुलाब जामुन, आपके मुंह में गाजर का हलवा.
Full New Year's, I'm going to just
enjoy all of this.
And if you win, then I need a treat from you.
Of course. But yes, I mean, it's definitely been an incredibly special journey, and a film that I'm proud of even before it is released. I'm proud of the fact that today, as an audience, the audience is ready for us to be able to tell these kind of stories. The fact that we've attempted something like this. So I think at several levels, I'm already proud of the fact that we even attempted it. And now I think it's just a function of, I think the impact that it's going to have on society.
Also, tell me something about your look today. It's creating a stir on the internet.
Is it?
Something very different, yeah, of course. And we saw Charlene wearing something similar to it. Like, did you get inspired by her look?
By Shalina?
Yeah, Shalina.
See, Shalina's my stylist. So basically, she tries it on. If she's unsure of a look, then she tries it on herself. Come here, Shalina. She tries it on herself. And if she's like, it's not bad, I really like it, then she's like, yeah, I can make. So she's her own guinea pig.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm her guinea pig. But I think for us, fashion has always been fun. We don't really... have never really cared too much about what people are going to think or what people are going to say. I think it's about finding, what I feel confident in, what I feel comfortable in, what according to us is stylish. Because these are such relative things, right? Today, I might wear something and somebody may not like it. I might wear something and somebody might love it. Similarly, I might not like something that someone else is wearing. I might love something that someone... So it's such a personal thing. I think eventually, I think what is important is for people to feel confident, feel empowered, feel beautiful, and have fun. I think fashion has to be fun.
The second thing which was going viral since yesterday, that you don't have the tattoo anymore on your back. Is that true? It's gone? Is that true?
I can't say right now because my hair's all tucked in, so I'm not sure.
You're still creating the confusion for us. We have to keep on finding for it. Okay, talking about your look in the movie, the real look. How many hours would you actually spend in getting that look?
The look would take about 3.5 hours. And sometimes I would start my day at 3-4 in the morning to be ready for like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. And then we would shoot for, sometimes 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours. And then it takes almost an hour to take it off. So, while it's been extremely exhausting and challenging emotionally, it's also been physically very demanding.
Also, this is your first production and such a good subject. How does that feel being a producer? And what made you get into this line of production? What impressed you, or what attracted you to be a producer and do a movie of your own?
I think sometimes you feel, and especially being a woman in the industry, sometimes you feel like you need to empower certain films more than others. And I felt like by turning producer, you could actually enable those films, you could empower those films, you could empower characters. Maybe the men in our industry don't face it or experience it or see it as much as we do, or at least as I do. And so for me, Chhapaak was one of those films where I felt like by donning another hat, I could add more value, and that we could actually reach a lot more people by just being a little more involved.
So would you like to also try a hand on like direction, or like, you know, directing a movie someday? Maybe
Oh
a
gosh.
hand, or maybe like, you know, a short movie or a big movie too.
I mean, as of now, I'd say no. But again, never say never, because I didn't ever think 5 years ago, if you asked me about turning producer, I wouldn't have known. I would have shot it down straight away. So, but no, as of this point, no, direction doesn't excite me as much as production excites me.
Also, like, you know, you took 2 years to, you know, come back on screen. I'm not saying that come back it would be, but like, you know, after 2 years you're coming with a movie. You know, there's this kind of stigma in Bollywood, in media industry. If an actor is not doing a movie for long, people come with such comments like career gaya, projects nahi mil rahe honge, attitude hai, all these kinds of things. Like, did you face such kind of things, or does that bother you? Like, you know, because I remember you telling that, you know, in Hollywood, people don't even come for a year, and it doesn't make a difference. Like, even right now, Shah Rukh Khan has not signed a project, but like, he is like somewhere, there are trends happening by fans, like, you know, we desperately want him on screen. What do you have to say about this?
No, I've never faced or experienced anything like that, so I don't think I can comment on that. But what I can definitely say is that yes, we do have a habit of just churning out films, and I feel like at some point emotionally it's not possible to, not only is it not possible, it's important as an actor to replenish and to go through that phase of creative fertility. It's important for you to live some life. It's important for you to do other things to replenish emotionally, which you can then eventually channel back into the films that you're doing. But if you're constantly going to be only, you know, home to film set, hotel to film set, and back to your home or back to your hotel room, after a point you're not really living or experiencing much of life that you can eventually put back into the characters and the films that you're doing. So it's important, at least I believe, that it's important to nurture yourself emotionally, physically, to be able to put back that sort of freshness and energy back into a movie.
Also, you are one of these, you know, rarest actress, I would say, who's actually fighting for pay parity in Bollywood. Do you see a change now after, like, you know, because you are the first ones, I would say, who raised the voice actually for this, and who actually started this? In a way, I would say, like, you know, whenever I talk about pay parity, you know, pay disparity with, you know, Tapsi or Vidya Balan, I actually think about you as the first name, because you were the one who actually started this somewhere.
I mean, I would say, look, I think definitely producers and you know, I think there is definitely a better understanding of it. But at the same time, I don't think there is an easy solution to it, because I think a lot of factors come into how much a person gets paid. And look, I think pay parity is something that exists in every industry. It's not an issue that only the Indian film industry is facing. I think globally we see it. It's not something that we see only in our country. It's something that we see globally. It's also something that happens in every industry. Having said that, yes, I do think that the conversation is something that people today are more aware of. Having said that, I don't think there's an easy solution to it either. I feel like there are multiple factors that come into play. But yes, at least there is a conversation that has begun, which eventually I'm sure we'll start seeing some sort of results in a few years.
Also, how is Meghna Gulzar as a director for you? Is she strict, or like it's completely fine on the sets?
No, she is strict. Yeah. She is strict. She's extremely thorough. She knows exactly what she wants. She's very, very clear in her head. Yeah, I mean, she's very clear, and I think for a film like this, that really helps, because you're so high-strung emotionally that it really helps to have a director who knows exactly what she wants. She's clear also in terms of her shot taking. Where does she want to cover the scene from? She's clear about her edit. And that's why she's able to have so much clarity on what needs to be shot in a particular day. So working with a director who's not only sensitive to the subject and responsible with the subject, but to know that she's also has a lot of clarity in terms of what she wants to do with the film, it certainly helps.
What is one memorable moment for you from this movie?
I would say when Laxmi walked onto set for the first time and she looked at me and she said, "I feel like I'm looking at myself in the mirror." I think for me that would be the most memorable moment, because as an actor, to get the validation of the person that you're playing on screen, there's no bigger validation than that. So for me, her validation is really something. I'll never forget those moments. I'll never forget that validation. It's very, very clear in my mind.
When you married Ranveer, it was like North marrying South.
Then Ranveer and I married each other.
Yeah, when you got married to, of course, Ranveer got married to you, that was this, belief that, it's actually, he's a different personality altogether. He's sort of like crazy and like, he's like very peppy like that. And Deepika is very sober, calm. Two different personalities coming together and having a life together. Is that true? Like, how does that feel after getting married to him? Like, being with him for such a long time and then, staying with him in a home together, being his wife.
It's just been, a step up and the natural evolution to our relationship, because we've been dating for so long. And I think that there is a side of him that most people don't know, and there is a side of me that most people don't know. So while most people think of him as goofy and high energy and funny and loud, and when they think of him as all of those things, there is a very mature, poised, maybe not poised, but there's definitely a very quiet and mature and intelligent side to him that a lot of people don't get to see very often. And similarly with me, while I come across, and I am primarily a shy and I'm known to be poised and all of those things, there is a completely spontaneous and goofy side to me, which again a lot of people don't know, but people I'm very, very close to see that almost on a daily basis.
And one of your viral videos where we could see certain maybe not clearly, but yeah, certain like goofy side of yours, you blushing when Ritik is feeding you brownie, and we have been hearing this news that in Draupadi we might see you guys together. So are you actually making us happy by something like this?
No, the two things are completely unrelated. What we're doing with Draupadi is a completely different thing. And
casting director
having said that,
about it.
yes, having said that, yes, the video was made with exactly that intent. For directors to for us to kind of put the message out there, because everyone was like, oh my God, like the two of you have to do a film together. So we were like, are people sleeping? Are they not realizing that this is something that needs to happen? So yes, it's something that, I think we've both looked forward to. Not only does he look the way he does, but I think he's incredibly talented. Like, for example, I think Zindagi Milegi Na Dobara is one of my most favorite films and one of my most favorite performances of his. So yes, I think, whether it's a period drama or whether it's a contemporary modern film, whatever you want to call it, he's not someone I've worked with, and I definitely look forward to that.
And again, the second thing is you're co-producing Property. It's a lot of pressure for that.
Yes. No, not pressure. I think, it's a lot of work for sure. A lot of people are asking when that's going to start, and I don't really have a response to that at this moment, because there's just a lot of work to be done on that. Yeah.
Also, you're working with Ananya Pandey and Siddhant Chaturvedi.
Yes, I am. Again, Ananya is someone who, I've been meeting her often of late, and I'm really fond of her. She's a really bright, talented girl. Siddhant, again, with Gully Boy, I had the opportunity of meeting him several times. Again, extremely talented, but more importantly, lovely people. Just really lovely, passionate people. Shakun is someone I've been dying to work with. I've looked forward to this moment. I'm a huge fan of his work. I think he's one of those few people who can really portray relationships beautifully on screen. And, those are the kind of films that I've enjoyed watching as an audience. And even as an actor, those are the kind of films I enjoy performing. And so I really look forward to that.
Thank you so much for your time, Deepika.
Thank
and all
you.
the best for Chhapaak.
Thank you.